Okay, the one's down. We'll talk about that one ball.
8 times out of 9 he did it.
Yeah, and that was, and obviously they're not poor in that department, but in comparison to some of the guys we're used to seeing now, here, easy to overhit it. Pretty decent. Yeah, that's kind of what I felt looked like the comfortable speed once they get around him, and couldn't have 4 nicer guys really out there for this Final Four. All right, probably coming back for the side here. First chink in the armor.
Going to do something similar at the start of this match, but an astonishing miss, really.
Well, and I'll tell you, what a shot from Krause at the other end. He switched this. Wow. What it was.
Well, he wasn't missing anything at all last night against Jason Shaw. He missed an absolute sitter in the opening. Yeah, not the sort of shot you want to face to try to secure your first ball potted in the match. Which is a pity, really, Jay, because that means we can't call him JSC along with FSR and SVB. It would have fitted in quite nicely.
Bad by any means. We just thinking it's not his strengths. But what I like is I really like his patterns running.
It was just astonishing the way he raced away. We experienced in that environment. But it was Souto who took no time at all to settle into the match as the 5 just wriggles in to lead 8-1. Got pegged back a little bit to 8-3, but even in those couple of racks, Shaw got his chance. Added the next 2 for another comfortable win.
About him, and he feels like the heart rate's up anyways. Why not go with it? Especially it's his style.
Yeah, it just seems to live on it to get that intensity going. And that miss on the 7 is starting to become a distant memory from the opening rack now.
You got to feel like he's going to be a hard guy to be overlooked as well, especially if he goes on to win this event. Now he'll cut the 6 into the long rail. Yeah, he's hit it pure.
So lowest numbered ball on the table, the 2, but used it to pot another ball. That keeps him in play of what balls have been potted prior to that, which I always think sounds a bit unusual when you say it to people, but then you see it all in action. You understand the basis for all that.
Yeah, and you'll
Tell you what, it's been a big week, hasn't it, for golden breaks at big moments.
Previous round with a golden break as well. So, oh, that 7, the Brown has gotten away a couple times. And he's overcut it. And the reason why the overcut happens so much is because you want cue ball movement. So it makes you.
What a friendly double kiss. So it looks like Souto is going to.
Yeah, those are huge little things. Not only to get Mickey started, but not to make Souto worry about a mistake. And the cut, I thought the cut on the 7 was there.
He's missed 2 elementary 7.
It would go. Okay, nice shot. Should open up a bit.
So finally in rack 4, gets his first pot on the board, 3 in a row before getting over the line at 10-7.
Great recovery there.
And he's delivered, and that wow.
Balls in 3 games between the 2.
More than that, it's just the unexpected nature. Must have thought this one was slipping away from him. So, he won all as one member of last year's winning Mosconi team last night, and he's done it again against another member of that team today. Yet, he's 4-0 down.
Okay, added a little more speed that time.
It's your choice, Mickey.
That's cue ball. Yeah, this is going to get awfully thin on the 2. He overcut the ball. Oh, that's just as unlucky as it gets, really.
He never got to 5-0. Oh.
An attack with a lot of speed, you got to be really on point. No room for error.
Role reversal from what we've seen in previous racks. And with the simplest of 9s, Krause opens his account.
Yeah, with the good weather and whatnot. Kind of talked about how the pocket consider any 4 of these final 4 to be that big of underdogs to win again.
Soon after that at the European Open, and likewise he came here on the back of having won one of the other ranking tournaments in Scotland players and beat so many of them by very convincing scorelines.
Yeah, I got. And that's what I mean.
Souto had a golden chance to lead 5-0, passed it up, and he's been sitting down since. Krause back within striking distance.
All right, there's the one down. Took a little speed off. And 8 ball, the black 8 being there, other balls that could really give you a snooker. So now he's going to push out to a challenge on the. Yeah, I thought he'd push out. He was really today's game. These players are so great, but I think they're a little light in that department at times, the push out. You don't like your position, you're snookered, or whatever the situation might be. You have one chance to declare push out and move the air. There was no chance that Mickey was ever getting that push out back. And the other one is
Nick Varner, who of course you once played in a World Championship final.
I knew you were going to bring that up. But almost like that push out earlier, you know, Souto just.
Here he's won in Seattle and in Helsinki, and this time he has got the one in the side. Where's it going to take him?
It's going to. You can see the pep in the step is back.
This in rack 5 basically cost him 2 racks, but he's repaired again. And already more than halfway to his target of 11. Souto final.
Yeah, he's got the oddball down again. The one's up there by itself. Table and try and get a cross side bank on the blue too. Needs this to slow down a little bit. Just roll this bank in. That would be ideal. Watch out for getting over the 9 with the cue ball.
That first stage, Alberto Delgado, the 2 rising Spaniards, both making it through to the weekend, but it was Souto who exited. That remained his best run until this week. Delgado ended up in the semi-finals. That was the next in line after the big 2 in Spain. Sanchez, Ruiz and Al-Qaedi.
Who's the one to step up and win a major kind of from nowhere that hadn't got it done, and maybe picked Carl picking Mickey, and of course getting that W last year. And I went with Souto.
Win 0.
Yeah, well, what happens is, of course, the guy that separates himself with breaking runs, that's where you get another bank here. He seems in tune again.
It was so impressive yesterday that even in an environment he wasn't used to, being on the main table against someone who's the prospect of getting through to his first major final is bringing out the best in him as well.
But he got that match in before Jason's match, so he could really lean on it, kind of that feeling of playing.
So a little bit of relief for Krause. The territory then of needing one of the all-time great fight backs. Still got a lot of work to do to turn around.
Oh, that's a great start there.
Thanks.
Oh, this speed may be a little heavy. Needs to slow down a little bit. Open that 5.8. He's gotten a little full here.
Can't even make the shot. Yeah, it was so delicate. Place a few shots earlier. Wouldn't have had that problem otherwise.
Yeah, and you know, these players, you notice he had to kind of float that bank with spin. It's not one you can shoot with speed. Maybe when you're
on 3 of them.
Yeah, and the thing is, he didn't have much there. Don't scratch in the lower left. A little thinner on the one. Yeah, just let it coast over like that. You have so much traffic on that left end, and I was during that first match yesterday with Carlo and Yap, I was wondering how much Yap was. And I'll tell you what Yap has done to the opponents is he's gotten to where they know he's just not going to. It calls for problems. Bring him behind the 3 maybe. Okay, it's almost. A little.
Now. Oh.
Momentum. Is he using the 6 here to hold the cue ball? Cross corner. Lee and with spin and whatnot. I think the same thing there. I think Souto really.
He played it, then very unexpectedly missed the 3. But just when it looked, and he's taken it. Still in.
There's the one on the side. The 2's going to get up near the corner. It's probably going to fall. Got to get the speed right here. It looks really good.
one of the more notable turnarounds we've seen. Beat Team Asia by 5 racks to 4, and of course it was Mickey Krause who got that off and running with his win over Ko Pin Yi. So positive.
A great recovery there. He made that look easy.
Because he's now won 3 of the last 4 racks.
Yeah, that one ball hit way low. This is going to be all right. Yeah, I was wondering about his tip position. On the pink. Caught that a little thick. Just gonna get it.
So Mickey Krause. Jonas Souto has put together a very impressive rack, reasserting himself, and now just 2 to go to get to the final. And he's made the one on the side this time. Oh, this could be very nice.
Especially the bank isn't. Oh, he did. He did. Really good.
We said this in the match again. You've got to cross that line once you've made it to the hill, and that can present its own psychological challenges. But surely
Small by any means. They're just smaller than the majors, but that's why you can't replace those matches and all those different scenarios and different things you're.
time to put in a rack like this. Mickey Krause looked like he was trying to start a bit of a fight back. Jonas Souto. Had any prior to that.
Yeah.
Spot it.
And that one got all. And these balls are open. 2, 3, 4. And then everything to end will be on the bottom half of the table. Usually means it's hard to make a mistake for these great players once he gets on the purple 5. Off the purple 5.
Well, he made a couple of mistakes early on. You think of those two. Chance to go 5-0 in front, but he's done so well to put it all behind him. And as I said, towards the end of the match, phases really. You've got the double elimination phase to get through to single elimination, which is the final 64 times. Last time he did it was last time out at the European Open. He went no further. He lost 10-0 in his next match. Because he has defeated Mickey Krause by 11 racks to 5.